Renekton matchup. But is it going to work out when Nidalee can roam faster oftentimes than Lilia does? Will Lilia be tanky enough? She's just so squishy to deal with that fight. Like, I'm very concerned about how the top side of the map is going to go here for the Afrika Freaks.
Yeah, and we'll see whether Keen can navigate the matchup well. He's currently, throughout his career in the LCK, played Quinn 4 times. He's won twice and lost twice. Likely into Renekton matchups because that's where she's been pretty specifically locked down. But like you say, hasn't played it so far this season. Let's see whether Keen can step up to the plate here. But the thing is, I'm just really worried about how this is going to go because this composition looks very similar to game number 1 on the Gen G side. And you were adamant about it, and I agree with you that denying Rascal, one of his best champions, and denying Clid the Nidalee would have been a decent idea throughout this game. But let's hop into it and see whether they can change it up. Oh, we've got a bit of a change up here as BDD has decided to head up towards the top side. We saw this matchup. This is not a great one. Yeah. Not sure. As Rascal, he's looking to dice his way out of this one. Dread coming on over, finds the bowling ball, but Facebreaker comes in. Watch out, Eep is good. Rascal's still not flashing. He's going to use it in the end. But now, going to be starting this one up. We'll see how Dread's going to do as the rest of Gen G coming on over. BDD has the Emperor's Divide available. Spear's going to go wide for now, as it looks like it will likely be a smite 50-50 unless Fly gets in there. Nice Facebreaker as he pulls back the Renekton and the Azir. Haymaker's decent as Renekton taking a lot of damage. Is going to survive for the moment as he's looking to try and get out of there. That's a great heroic entrance from Fly. But the Gragas is going to be able to clean up the Pigeon on the back end. And now they've been corralled. And he has no flash in order to get out of there. As that was a fail flash. A little bit unfortunate for the Gragas. And this is huge for Afrika as Lahan. Not necessarily one that you would expect. But certainly has been a bit more popular. As Life coming on over. And look, this bottom lane's a bit of a wash right now. Ezreal lanes just tend to be that way as in goes Lahan's. Oh,
Master Blessing.
That was just amazing. The cast predicting the arcane shift out, and Ruler had absolutely no option there at all. And Lahan's back underneath the turret, and that's a double kill for Bang. Beautiful stuff, especially
not be over
from
yet.
Lahan's. As, Clid gonna have to run away from this turret as well, so going to be denied getting any of the experience over here, and Dread's also gonna take it down his Krug camp. In comes BDD, looking to try and tidy this one up. Bowling ball is going to be secured, and there's the sleep onto the Azir as well. He shifts some sands to get on over, but he's just taken down, and that's a third one for Bang here in this exchange. Clid now finds himself with nothing that he can do. And what's happening? Gen G have the cleanest game 1. Life moves on in, looking to clear out some vision. Blitz standing on a ward as well, as they do get the taunt. And that's an Emperor's Divide and a very, very dead Lilia. I don't know what the plan was there, as Fly doesn't find the Facebreaker. Bang getting turned on. So he's going to be able to dash away. Sand Soldier's now in position as Rascal jumping on top of Keen. There's the slice, the dice, and there's the cleanup. Prowler's Claw, best item for
there you go.
Guaranteed.
I mean, it's a gap closer that allows him to actually make sure he sticks to these targets. He had to, follow Flash as well, but he has the opportunity.
Yeah.
And Afrika need to just walk away from this Drake. I don't think there's any way they can turn this.
There is a teleport on Rascal as well, and he's now going to come in. And so Fly gets on in there. He might be able to get some work done. His heroic entrance is going to make Life untargetable, buys him enough time, and Bang is just dead. Fly now trying to run away, but he's not going to be able to get out. And as quickly as Afrika built themselves a lead, it's been taken away.
So with Gen G's composition, and if you're out of position for just a second, you will get punished.
Oh, Lahens. That was beautifully set up by Clid, but still a little bit sad.
Hold on to it, but you're really going to struggle to get value out of it now.
Well, BDD, he's going to get teleported on as Keen's taking a lot of damage. There's the stopwatch as Fly trying to get around, gets into the brush, does BDD, but Fly is hunting him down. And then he goes back in, the shifting sands, a little bit too good, but Fly is in position, picks him up with the Facebreaker, and we'll see whether Clid survives. He does, gets out of that Haymaker nicely. Life, not a lot of damage here though. Clid needs to try and land a spear as there's the Justice Punch. And we'll see whether this spear is going to be true, as there's the taunt. That's going to try and set it up, but another Haymaker comes off cooldown, and Fly's still running from this one. Burning down just a little bit as the flash comes over, and Clid is able to lock that one down. But hopefully, back to live now as Gen G looking for their second Ocean Drake. Fly going to get chipped down just a little bit as Life just playing goalkeeper. Lahen's not allowed to get in there as Fly already chunked down by a lot of this poke. That sounds absolutely awful.
Yeah, they have so much poke too.
Okay, Ruler just kills Lilia. Goodbye.
There you go. Goodbye.
Who needs mythic items?
They're just falling behind now because they're not able to group effectively because Gen G has so much map control. They're going to deny... Ooh.
Emperor's Divide to stop Fly from getting in so that they can try and burst down the Baron. I think that's actually really cute, as it's not quite going to work. They should be able to actually get in here as Fly's going to be able to take down the Galio, but the Baron does go to Gen G. Can the Ezreal actually kite this one out as Ruler gets out of the pit, has to walk all the way back around, and now he's in a better position. Bang, gets that killer instinct towards the backside, but look at Ruler. He's just free hitting Keen, trying to run away. Bang, going to die as an afterthought as a double kill comes through for Clid. And Fly looking to try and make his way in as there's the Facebreaker onto life, but look at the follow-up damage. BDD puts down a soldier and Fly's already half health, is now Lahen's in a lot of trouble, has to flash to get himself out of the way. There's the Prowler's Claw again, and Rascal locks up the Gragas. Now Gen G will push forward for this inner turret. Fly just having to back there off to the side as Gen G.
Firm control over this this map right now.
Not exactly the target that Fly wanted. Here is Rascal. Still going to get his face broken as Bang dives on in. Life with a nice flash to get himself out of the way. Rascal now trying to kite this one back as Clid just standing tall. The heroic engine's going to keep him alive as Quinn is going to be taken down there. And oh dear, the cards just falling down one after the other as Afrika trying to do their very best. But the Lilia just dies. And in goes BDD. There's the Flash Emperor's Divide. Goodbye Bang. And this should be the swift 2-0 for Gen G.
I mean, this was without Ruler, by the way, this fight. Without the Ezreal. He hits the...
well, would have hit it, yeah.
The arcane ship. It's blocked by the, by the golden gold in there, but... This was a fight that Gen G win 4v5 and win the game. End of story. Very much a great end to what was a very shaky early game for this composition, but it worked out swimmingly. I really like the Prowler's Claw tech here.
So cool, right? That was my favorite part. That was definitely my favorite part of the show. Is Clid, they're going to win the game before post-game damage graph. And yeah, it's a lot of work done by basically everyone, to be perfectly honest. But, BDD always able to perform on his Azir. He was zoning the Quinn in the early stages of the game. And I think that initial lane swap was just so strong from Gen G. Afrika always found themselves playing from behind. And, they had a few hiccups there towards the middle of the game, but then they rallied. And Ruler kills the jungler, they take a Baron, and then it's over. And it's just... Both of these games had really decisive moments where Gen G just decided to win. And it's just so cool.
And in their weakest moments, too, they made the right decisions. They had the lane swaps.
Thank you very much, guys, and we are back with the last analyst task of the night, and Gen G closed out the night with a very clean 2-0 victory up against Afrika Freaks, and long time no see it over to Ezreal. So how do you rate this champion in the current meta? With the itemization changes, I think a lot of pro players were actually doing a lot of experiments around this champion, so I was expecting the Essence Reaver and then some Mystic item completed, but he actually went for the Essence Reaver and the Muramana build. And yeah, because we are seeing a lot of the old and classic champions like Ezreal and also Trundle, it's really good to see those champions back on the Rift as well. I think Afrika lost game number 1. Starting from the draft, but this time around, they actually tried to get some lane priority based on the champion matchups. So as they saw Renekton coming in, they locked in Quinn as a counter pick and also Set in order to kind of keep the balance in the mid lane. However, Gen G just simply swapped the lanes and they rotated the lanes over and over and over in order to not let the Afrika Freaks get the lane priority that they wanted. And because of that, Gen G was also having a decent CS score as well. Even though Afrika was winning some of their team fights, they were not really extremely ahead. And we all know that Afrika's weakness is actually losing their attention or focus and moving on to the mid and late game, and we could see that happen once again in the series. Now let's take a look at the first highlight. We saw a lot of lane swap between top and mid lane, but Afrika actually was able to win this hero fight big. The most important thing was actually the Rage and Power W for Renekton and also the engagement or the follow-up from his teammates, but Africa boldly just opened team fight on their side. And then Keen was able to actually survive this fight. So they were in a much favorable spot. And because Africa's bottom duos had lane priority, Gragas was also able to join this fight and lock down the kill onto Azir with that cask. So this game looked like a very favorable game for Africa Freaks. So we do know that Africa has their own strength, but it's a big bummer that they cannot just transition that into a game victory over and over throughout the split. Now let's take a look at the second highlight, where Africa slipped all their leads after this fight. Dread was overstepping down on that river, so he got caught out, which means Genji has a huge priority and control over this Drake fight. However, somehow Africa doesn't really bleed too much after that kill, but Renekton actually gets a solo kill down up on the top lane. And Renekton had TP, but Africa doesn't leave this river. Even though they were down in numbers for 2 people, they kept staying there, and then Rascal's TP backup comes online, and then Africa players got so split. It's a bit weird that the players actually lost track of the TP timers on the opponents, because there was no way for them to win that fight with Lilia down and also Quinn down and Renekton joining the fight with teleport. And because Africa once again lost their concentration at that point of the game, Genji was able to recover from some of the losses they had in the prior team fights and come online and actually take the control of the game. Now Genji is wrapping up first round robin with a win, and Rascal will be the one picking up the last POG of the first round robin. I think a lot of players actually today popped up on this Renekton pick. Also Morgan earlier today. And really smart itemization, Prowler's Claw, in order to lock down the solo kill onto a classic counter pick Quinn. And there are some signature picks that players actually overperform whenever they get to pick, and Rascal definitely has Renekton in his pocket. I think teams have to keep in mind that Renekton is super strong on this champion. 5 for 9, going over to Rascal to lock down that POG, and third POG for Renekton today.